us. But if we fast forward 10, 12 years, we can see that now we talk about 360-degree planning, we talk about media agnostic, we talk about actually what used to be new media is in the core of planning. So if we take the parallel of sustainability and we put sustainability in the core of how the society is moving forward, we will end up with a completely different view, because it will be completely embedded and incorporated within products and services. So this is where I'm going with all of this, and the way to do this is about innovation, not about asking the same questions, but actually to dare to think about things differently. It's about to really ask different questions in different ways and actually be open to really have different answers, to move outside our comfort zones. So what does innovation mean? Because, I mean, innovation is such an overused word that actually I get bored of it, about talking about it. So what does it mean this time? Well, it means about seeing things differently, really looking at things in different way, believing different things, and achieving completely extraordinary results by asking different questions. It's about joining up thinking 2.0, and this is not very original, you would probably say. But it's really the era of co-creation, it's the era of partnerships, it's the era of collaboration. We are not alone anymore, we are highly connected, and it's in our power to really take advantage of that. So it's working with other companies, it's working with other people, it's working with government, different organizations and so on. And I'm going to give you a few case studies in which why this is possible. It's about, as I said, co-creation, collaboration, crowdsourcing. It's about looking at the markets in different way, looking at innovation in terms of which products and services are within our adjacent markets. And it's about growth. It is about money. It is about sustainable growth. How can we grow and maximize our bottom line by minimizing our impact in the environment and minimizing our impact in society and enhancing the communities. A company that is not profitable is not sustainable. So sustainability is not about austerity, it's about progress, it's about innovation, and it's about enhancing that bottom line through sustainable growth. The most innovative companies are desperately looking for different ways to really minimize impact. So seeing different things is about looking at what is your market and how can you innovate. This is a great example, and you have, well, what does it have to do with sustainability? Just hold that question for a second. But it's really there to think differently, think outside the box. It's about asking your consumers, because sometimes when we are so close to a problem, we sometimes fail to see what else is possible and what kind of things we can do. It's about believing different things. It's about not just talking to people, it's about listening to people and really take that comments on board and incorporate it within innovation, within R&D, within marketing. And this is M&S. They launched Plan A because there is no Plan B. However, Plan A 2.0, as they call it, is about asking us consumers and rewarding us for coming up with those different innovations that enable them and us to reduce our footprint. It's about disruption. It's there to think differently. It's about finding what are those places on the innovation state that can really switch things. And Nike just done it over and over and over again. And yes, I know what they have happened with Nike and child labor and the rest of it, but they managed to change the company around. They managed to consider not just another range of products, but a way of really doing all their shoes. This is the latest from Nike.
Creating a better world means helping to set it on the right path. We're all accustomed to keeping our eye on the bottom line. But when we waste resources, we waste money as well. Imagination is infinite. Resources aren't. It's time to act accordingly.
So what Nike did is open their IP. So they created the Green Exchange, and for example, the air, the bubble, they just licensed that to a Canadian company to actually produce tires in a more efficient way. So therefore, when you put the bubble into the tires, you will avoid or minimize punctures. I think it's by 35%, being very, very successful. So this is a way of thinking differently, and this comes from a big company like Nike. This is a different example, which is from Best Buy, and what they've done is, okay, they sell you a computer, and then they've got Geek Squad that you can call up and say, hey, I've got a problem here. I'm not sure how many of you are very technically minded, not me. So, you can call them, they can fix your computer, they can give you tips and so on, and actually, if you want to an upgrade and stuff, they'll take it back, and they will recycle it for you, and you can buy another one. So it's about redefining markets, it's about redesigning business, it's about really thinking about different business models. We've got a completely different macroeconomic landscape. Prices of oil is going up, prices of commodities going up, prices of food will go up. So we need to rethink the way we operate, the way that we do business. And this is another one from probably a brand that you will recognize.
The misfits, the rebels, the cowboys, the round pegs in square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
And I do believe that. They're working really hard in terms of their supply chain and their sustainability side. And in the same way, they have, for example, rethink the way that we think about music. So I'm really sure that you guys remember Napster and all the illegal downloads a few years back, maybe a few long time ago. And what Apple did is created iTunes. So iTunes was born with the desire of really unify and legalize music downloads. And I think the Ives Job partnership is a genius one, because one is incredibly creative when the other one is incredibly process driven. So when Jobs are like, okay, this is iTunes and this is infrastructure so people can actually download this music legally, what they created is the iPod. Sexy, funky, different,